It was a solo adventure to Prague, and my Airbnb apartment had promised a cozy haven for my stay. It was my first experience with Airbnb, and I was excited to immerse myself in the local culture. Little did I know that this trip would mark the beginning of a strange and unsettling encounter. As I approached the apartment building, I couldn't help but marvel at its charming European architecture. The anticipation of a comfortable and immersive stay filled my thoughts. I was eager to explore the city, and this cozy apartment would be my base. But as I was about to unlock the apartment door, a sudden commotion behind me disrupted the moment. An elderly Czech man, his face etched with lines of concern, began yelling at me in rapid Czech. Panic seized me as I fumbled for words, stammering out, "Sorry, I don't speak Czech," in a trembling voice. I hurried up the stairs to my apartment, hoping to escape the strange encounter. To my relief, the man followed, but he ascended another flight of stairs, putting some distance between us. My heart raced, and I didn't enter the apartment until he was out of sight. As I stepped inside, I tried to shake off the unsettling encounter. I reassured myself that it was probably a misunderstanding, a brief moment of confusion in a foreign land. But my peace was short-lived. Around 10 minutes later, just as I was beginning to settle in, the doorbell rang, sending a shiver down my spine. My instincts told me not to answer, so I cautiously approached the peephole. My heart pounded like a drum in my chest as I glimpsed outside. It was the same elderly man. Fear tightened its grip as I watched him linger outside my door, occasionally glancing my way. Minutes felt like hours as I stood in the dimly lit apartment, my heart pounding in my ears. I couldn't comprehend why he had returned or what he wanted from me. After what seemed like an eternity, the man finally left, and I heard his footsteps receding down the hallway. I waited a while, trembling with uncertainty, before I dared to move. I knew I had to do something. In a trembling voice, I contacted the Airbnb host, explaining the strange and alarming encounters I had experienced. To my relief, the host responded immediately and arrived at the apartment shortly after. He was understanding and supportive, doing his best to calm my frayed nerves. The host assured me that he would address the situation and take any necessary steps to ensure my safety during my stay. Thankfully, the elderly man never showed up again during the remainder of my trip. Though my experience ended without further incident, the memory of that unsettling welcome still lingers, a reminder that even the most exciting adventures can take unexpected and unnerving turns. My late-night arrival at a remote Airbnb in the heart of rural Kansas marked the beginning of a most unusual and unforgettable adventure. Nestled in the vast expanse of farmland, the quaint little house I had booked seemed like the perfect escape from the bustling world. Little did I know that this budget-friendly stay would take me on a journey through the curious and the extraordinary. As the clock struck midnight, I found myself standing in front of the property. The host had already retired for the night, leaving me with instructions to let myself in. The darkness outside was all-encompassing, and an eerie silence hung in the air. An inexplicable sense of nervousness crept over me, making sleep an elusive prospect. The living room, where I was to spend the night on the couch, was a treasure trove of eclectic artifacts. My curiosity got the better of me, and I began to explore the room. Among the curious rocks and souvenirs were religious objects and books adorned with symbolism that hinted at something outlandish. With a sense of intrigue, I took to the internet, searching for clues about the religion referenced on a tapestry. To my astonishment, it was a belief system centered around UFOs, with their Bible cataloging countless types of extraterrestrial spacecraft. My heart raced as I contemplated the implications of this revelation, but after extensive research, I concluded that this was more eccentric than menacing. My curiosity led me to read a journal lying carelessly on the coffee table. Its pages chronicled the host's travels, with one entry detailing an encounter in Peru with what she believed to be a spaceship. It was all very perplexing, and I couldn't help but feel a mixture of intrigue and unease. Morning brought with it a sense of clarity, and the host graciously brewed a cup of coffee, eager to share her beliefs. Over the course of an hour, she regaled me with tales of her religion and other intriguing conspiracies, including the government's purported ability to control tornadoes. Her sincerity and kindness were evident, and though her beliefs were unconventional, they were not menacing. As I prepared to leave, she handed me a bundle of materials to explore and an Airbnb magazine, ensuring that my stay remained etched in my memory as one of the most extraordinary and enlightening experiences. It was a testament to the unexpected adventures that can unfold within the walls of an Airbnb, each one offering a unique glimpse into the remarkable tapestry of human experiences. My sister and I had chosen a charming detached house for our stay in the upscale neighborhood of San Diego. Located near the beach, the house exuded a laid-back, hippie vibe that instantly put us at ease. Little did we know that our peaceful night would be disrupted by an unexpected and unnerving encounter. The owner of the house, who was out of town at the time, had a penchant for all things holistic and healthy. His presence lingered in the form of kombucha jars and other wellness items scattered about. It was a tranquil and welcoming place, the perfect setting for a relaxing vacation. One peculiar feature of the house was a bathroom that adjoined it, with a door leading directly outside. This bathroom was shared with a tenant from another house nearby who didn't have her own. Our initial impressions of the arrangement were nothing out of the ordinary, just a quirky aspect of the space. One fateful night, around 4 a.m., the tranquility of our stay was shattered. We were abruptly awakened by the sound of furious banging on the door that separated our room from the outside. The noise was jarring and filled with an unmistakable anger. Confusion gripped us as we tried to make sense of the situation. The voice on the other side of the door belonged to a woman who had come home in a drunken stupor. She was irate, screaming accusations about her missing phone and how the man of the house had supposedly stolen it the day before. It was a perplexing and terrifying situation. The man she was accusing had been away for over a week, leaving no room for doubt. Yet, in her intoxicated state, she was convinced he was the culprit and had come to confront him in the dead of night. As my sister and I huddled together, fear and anxiety coursed through us. The woman's relentless banging and shouting outside our door persisted, creating a nightmarish atmosphere. We felt trapped, unsure of how to handle the situation. Despite the unsettling interruption, our stay in the detached house in San Diego continued to be enjoyable overall. The incident remained a perplexing and somewhat eerie footnote to our otherwise relaxing vacation, a reminder that even in the most idyllic settings, unexpected disturbances can leave a lasting impact.